Yeah, it says it's working. It's working on my phone. You gonna? Okay, love you. Wow. And I've been sitting in the queue for like an hour. Hey, not sure who's out there, guys. Sorry for the delays. Man, I'm having issues with computers, issue with phone. I've been trying to get logged in for more than an hour now. So uh, we are live, watching the right now watching the Titans and the Patriots. We got a few hours before the Cowboys game starts, so hope everything will get. Oh my goodness! And the first person that jumps on is Stevie Mac. I hadn't seen you in so long, brother. Is the volume okay? The sound is all right. Man, I've been putting in some crazy hours. I've been doing. I don't know if you watched the video I put out earlier. Another thing is I'm just completely like fed up, dude. It's like almost like a seriously, it's almost like a relationship that you just don't want to be in anymore. But you know, hey, you can't win them all. We can't win every game. So hopefully we'll turn this around. We'll see. At least we're hearing little rumors of coaching changes possibly. You know, maybe a possible offensive coordinator. So we'll see. But we got to turn this around, man. It's just tough on me. It's been a tough 2 weeks. You know, it's been a tough season. But to sit down for 2 weeks and not have a game and then come in unprepared, and for our coaches not to excel during bye weeks is ridiculous. You look at all the other elite coaches, they all excel after bye weeks, and it's just not something that the Cowboys come across. But I'm here, Stevie Mac, all is good. Spent a week in Dubai. The contemplated firing Linehan during the bye week. Don't know why they didn't. Yeah, Jerry's killing us, dude. That's the video I just put out. It's 100% Jerry, because I can tell you, I'm in a similar position here. If there's a problem, dude, I make a change. I make a change in the company. I address it. I get, you know, luckily I've been here 8 years. I've never had to fire, you know, any of our managers. But that's our company's gone from the bottom to the top pretty quick, and we've got good managers here. But you can't sit here and, you know, doing the moves we've made is not going to change. Is not going to change and get us back to where we were. You know, picking up you know, fifth round safeties that are on people's practice squads. You know, bringing Lance Lenore up, and these little moves that we made this week really, to me, is garbage. It's nothing. And I know there's not a lot that could be done at this point in the season, but they waited too long. So we'll see, man. Really, really crazy that nothing, uh, these small moves that they continue to make really don't amount to anything. So that's my take on it. That's just the way I I feel. I think we need more of a, you know, something more valuable changed. And Dak Prescott, I don't know what the hell the deal is with this guy. I don't know where he went, why he's not the same guy. But he's not the same person he was before. He's definitely not the same quarterback. And the thing is, he's a good leader. He's a good guy in the locker room. He's a good, you know, you don't even get that feeling anymore that there's that thing with him and Zeke going on. Remember the rookie year, him and Zeke were having fun and, you know, throwing M&Ms at each other and making jokes during media time. None of that stuff even happens anymore. So we'll see, guys. I want to get this channel rolling back up. I got another month and a half until my other channel is up, so I apologize. I will be home in 20 days, and I'll be there doing live shows there with Cowgirl Crunk And that's about it. Hopefully, we've got to win this game. We've got 5 really important games, and this is the meat of our schedule. This is the heart of our schedule. If we can turn this around, the season is still. I guess we could still rebuild this season. We could refurbish the season here if we do okay these next 5 games, because I for one thing, it would put 2 losses against Philly. If we could do two of the games we have are against Philly, one's against the Saints, one's against the Falcons and the Redskins. So we went out. We got to run the table, like Aaron Rodgers says, and maybe we can do this. But I just don't see us having the ability to change something unless they change play calling drastically. Or they change the coaching scheme, the way they're going about it every week. And if you guys, like you said, Lincoln Riley is a good choice. Also look at the Chris Peterson. He's the guy who turned Boise State. And yeah, and they're always, my man Chaz Jewell, how you doing, bro? Volume is low? It might be the camera, because the camera is not plugged in. You the man. I had the camera plugged into my computer because I was trying to figure this out. It took me forever to get the live stream going. Now we should be good. Thanks, Chaz. Is that working better for you guys? So, now we should be good. Thanks, Chaz. Yeah, there we go. Now I can turn this volume down. Man, now we're straight. But yeah, I had to switch computers. I had to double switch computers twice, and then switch back to the phone. I've got a problem with my phone also that I had to fix. So everything's working. Should be working fine now. But we also, they're hot on Boise State guys. Uh, my thing is, I watched a lot of college football this weekend, and in all the college football I saw some accurate ass quarterbacks out there. The whole time I was watching college football, I felt like that guy Scooter Magruder, the guy that does the cowboy videos. I actually sat there and was saying, "Oh my God, that guy would be so amazing if he played for the Cowboys." You know how he does his videos, and it was really hilarious. The the quarterback the quarterback for Clemson. He's a young cat. He made some, I guess, some hurried mistakes. He had some hurries but man, his arm accuracy, dude, he did not. He threw one pass the whole game that I felt wasn't accurate, and that's what I'm talking about when we watch other games. I think there's a lot of people out there that just watch the Cowboys. They don't watch nothing else. And I particularly mostly watch the Cowboys. But if there's nothing else on, I watch other games. And you just see a lot of the passes Dak throws are low, or they're high, or they're behind, or they're ahead. And you just don't see that in some other quarterbacks that often. And like when we had the game against Texas, man, Deshaun Watson was just nailing everyone right in the chest, right in the front shoulder. Chris Richard and Lincoln Arlu paired together would be awesome. Yeah, I definitely think we definitely need someone to come in with a more stern attitude. I don't see, Jerry Jones just has to relinquish his duties and give it to an elite coach. We got to bring in an elite, dominant, offensive minded coach that can, if they're gonna stick with Dak, then that's what they got to do. And the thing is, I think Dak can win, but he's gonna have to have one of the best lines in the NFL. He's gonna have a couple good receivers, and maybe one very good receiver. He's gonna have a tight end. He needs a decent slot, a good tight end, and one good receiver. And you can't. He's not a quarterback that's gonna win you games
with a mediocre line and win you games with a mediocre run game. He needs a run game and you know a 22 to 25 passing attempts per game. As you guys can see, when we get close to the end of the game and we have to have points, and he's put in that position that he's forced to throw the ball, he plays so much better. The accuracy, even it looks like it picks up. It's like he has no sense of urgency. It's like it's not important until he decides, you know, we're down by 14 points and it's in the fourth quarter and he has to bring us back. I mean, how many times has he almost done it, and how many times has he done it? Um, you must be pissed. They'll still be barely using. Bro, that shit pisses me off. Stevie Mac, don't even say the fucking word Rico Gathers because I'll delete you from my channel. I'm joking, bro. No, I'm completely joking. You have no clue how much it pisses me off. I don't know if Rico Gathers is an outstanding, amazing tight end, but we don't fucking have one, so why not try him out? I mean, we have nothing else going on. Put him on the field and give him, you know, 4 or 5 targets a game. Fuck, see what happens. I mean, dude, yes, that completely pisses me off about the Rico Gathers thing. Barely using Rico Jarwin just looks like yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like we have anyone at tight end that's doing anything special. So if we need a jump start in our offense, fuck, put a guy in there that the whole community, the whole Dallas Cowboy community is trying, you know, to find something to spark the offense, but you've got this guy just sitting the bench, you know, and then they want to move guys around and do this with Cole Beasley and move. Try him out. Shit, give him a try. It really makes no sense to me. It is completely, utterly stupid that they don't try him. It 2 games, give him 5 targets in the next 2 games. If he does nothing, then put him back on the bench. But shit, you're not doing anything anyways. We don't have any special play coming from really any of the receivers or the tight ends. So why would you not give a, you know, someone that has physical attributes that could be amazing? Uh, why would you not try him? But on another note, because yeah, that uh, plus if Rico doesn't work, then we finally exactly. Oh my God, dude! If he doesn't work, then you know, if he doesn't work, then we trade him in the off season, and you know, see if somebody's interested in a 6'8" guy, you know, that maybe they want to turn him into a defensive end, or maybe they want to turn him into. I don't think he would fit at nose guard, or like a down lineman, a D1 or D3, but you know, I can guarantee you he'll work out somewhere. Hey, trim him down, make him lose 40 pounds, and turn him into, you know, uh, make him lose 30, you know, 30 pounds and turn him into a receiver. Uh, your receivers don't all have to be fast. I mean, shit, most of the routes we're running aren't more than 5 yards. Um, I know he could run a slant, get in front of somebody, and put his arms up in the air. I, I just see the opportunities to use the guy on a couple occasions, and they don't do shit. I see us get down in the and Stevie Mac. The thing to me is they play him on first and second down when we're running the ball, but they say the reason we don't play him is because he sucks at blocking. But they put him in for only running plays. So if he sucks at blocking, why do you keep putting him in on block on run downs, and all we do is run the ball on first and second, and we become uh, so predictable that every time now it's 3rd and 8, now it's 3rd and 7. When Rico Gathers should be in, he's coming off the field. It really baffles me that I hear everyone say the same thing, and I've heard I don't know how many people talk about this same scenario, the same situation, trying to use him, uh, but they just don't give him the opportunity. It's it blows me away. So you know, and then we've lost our first round draft pick. If we do lose these next 5 games, which is slightly possible, the next 5 teams we have are rival games and two very good teams. So we're playing two very good teams and three division games. Uh, if we do that and we're at 3-10, the season's shot, and we have a number one draft pick. We don't even have a number one draft pick coming up, so I probably won't even. I don't know. My cousin just laughs at how bad our coaching is all the time, and he's a Jets fan. Yeah. Oh my God. We got a Jets fan laughing at us. Holy shit! Now that's bad. Uh, he's probably got your cousin probably has a Browns friend that they probably hang out and laugh at the Cowboys together. So who knows, man? Jason Garrett is not the guy. That's obvious. He has not had any type of season. He's been given these 9 years. He had one lucky season where that just fell into place. We did have the most dominant line in the NFL. That was without question. We had an outstanding run game. The season prior to that, when we had DeMarcus Murray, and he had our line was just getting together then. So if you can think how long ago that was, seems like just a couple years ago, but that was 2014. So we're slowly in a decline with all of these young players. We should be accelerating. We should be, and right now it's like they're driving a car. Like I said in the video, I don't know if you just watched. It's like we're driving a car. The wheels are falling off. The tires are flat, and windshield wipers aren't even working, and we just continue driving down the road. We don't give a shit that there's sparks flying and the bottom of the car's dragging, all kind of shit. So how you doing, Travis, brother? How you doing? Nice to talk to you, man. Dallas was talking about going wide receiver first round this year in the draft, and Amari Cooper is by far better than the potential. Yeah, but that was when they thought they needed a receiver, and I understand that. It makes sense to me. I've heard that a few times, but if we finish this season and Dak Prescott still has, only a couple games over 200 yards, then we probably need to go quarterback. And we probably would have gotten a top five pick the way we're looking right now. We're in a top 10. There are four really good quarterbacks, at least 4 to 5 really good quarterbacks out there right now. Um, so we could improve from a fourth round draft pick to a first round draft. You guys look at the quarterbacks that are out there right now. That have proper coaching behind them. Goff and Carson Wentz. Those guys are playing outstanding. You just got to look at the level. There are no quarterbacks below the third round right now that have been really successful in the playoffs in the last few years. So, Jason, how you doing, man? Nice talking to you. No kidding. We need to get rid of Prescott. Their bench warmers better than. I just want to see it. I just want to see give an opportunity. I know that all the games have been close. We haven't had a blowout except for the Jacksonville game. Really, the Jacksonville game, I was like, dude, we're questioning this Dak Prescott. Everyone's questioning it. We're up like it was 35 or something at the time. It was 32 or I can't remember the score, but we had plenty of time left in the game. I'm like, put Cooper Rush in. Let him see what he can do. Get him some snaps. What if Dak goes down? Why would you not put Cooper Rush in when you have that such a lead like that? When you really got your quarterback in question. I actually think they didn't put Cooper Rush in because they were scared. What if Cooper Rush is better than Dak or plays better? And then it really causes, a instant, everyone just shits like, hey, what are we going to do now? Cooper Rush just came in and threw 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and we won 56 to 7, and now everybody's calling for Cooper Rush, but you can't do that just off one game. But at least put the guy in and see what's going on. Give him an opportunity. I mean, for what other reason is he on your team? If you completely don't trust the guy, why have him sitting behind? It's crazy, man. The Dez injury, bro. Let me get back with Stevie Mack real quick. If Dak absolutely stinks up the rest of the year, don't be surprised if he makes a big trade to get back into the first round. I hope so, Stevie Mack. I was thinking about that all day today, bro. I miss talking to you, man. I really do. I got away from this because I just been so pissed off. But I'm gonna treat it like a business the rest of the year, and and if we go down sinking, we go down sinking. We just gotta start preparing for the future. How do I feel about the Dez injury? Sorry, Jason. I wanted to get with Stevie on that one real quick. The Dez injury, man. I really, really wanted to see Dez play with Drew Brees. Oh my God. I mean, I don't think Dez is, I'm not saying Dez is one of the elite receivers in the league anymore. I think he's around 10, maybe 12 somewhere. I wanted him to play. Man, I wanted to see it so bad. I just wanted to see his level of play go from when he left the Cowboys to being with the Saints, and that level of play coming up and people saying, "Oh man, see Dez had it still," and hear other people saying, "Oh well, it's because he's got Drew Brees and he's got those running backs around him and he's got all those weapons. They can't double team. If Dez was with us, he'd get double teamed, and well, that's fine, double team him. That opens the box back up. That's what we wanted as well. So I really I wanted Dez to do well. I love his passion, dude. I have a lot of that in me. I will say what the hell needs to be said. The problem is, uh, in a football organization, you're all players, and then you have your coaches. Here, I'm at work, being the vice president of the fuel company and a terminal manager, and having these airports. Kind of what I say is law, so it's different. I can say what I want. I can have that passion, you know. But I really, really wanted to see Dez. I wanted to see what he could do, what he's capable of, and I think it's just a freak injury. I think he was, I'm not saying I think he was in football shape, mid season football shape. I think he was in good shape, and I don't think the injury had anything to do with him being out of shape. I think he was just probably going real aggressive in practice, trying to show, hey, I belong here, trying to show I belong. I should have been playing all season, and I think he was just really going at it, and he wasn't 100% in shape, and so it just I think that's what happened with him, and it really really sucks. I wanted to see it. I couldn't wait to. I actually wanted to get a jersey. I wanted to get a jersey made. I got a lot of jerseys. If you don't know, Jason, I wanted to get a jersey half Saints, half Cowboys, with split down the middle with a eight and a eight, and have one side Saints, one side's Cowboys, and just to support Dak. I mean, not Dak, just to support Dez and what he went through for us. I mean, the dude has a lot of passion, man. And you think about it, things like I think if he would have made that catch against the Packers in the playoffs, I think it would have changed a lot of stuff for the team. Um, it's just crazy how moments like that can change things, And I know that wasn't his fault. Amazing catch. That was 4th and 1, which was really crazy. But it just would have changed some things maybe for the last couple years. Um, But anyway, sorry, but in my eyes, it was a catch. Yeah, it was a catch. They even say it now. But that's what I'm saying. If that would have been ruled a catch at that time, I think it would have been really really different for the Cowboys. Even though there was still time left on the clock, our defense would have had to have stopped Aaron Rodgers again. I do got the Aaron Rodgers jersey here, guys. The season ain't over. I don't give a damn. Have you seen it, Stevie Mack? I don't know if you're still there. Let me grab the Aaron Rodgers jersey that I will be burning sooner or later. I know the Cowboys will run into Aaron Rodgers sooner or later, and I'll get the opportunity to burn this jersey. but it is in the back of my closet. I've actually got, I had my shoes sitting on top of it, but we will get a chance to burn this jersey. There it is. Look, I'm gonna burn the hell out of this thing. I'm gonna make sure Stephen A. Smith sees it somehow, and we gonna set this shit on fire, and we gonna get rid of. Finally, we gonna get rid of the bad man, but before we do that, we got to get our asses into playoff contention. We got to turn this damn team around, and oh shit, yeah. So. Yeah, I would love for us to turn this season around and meet the playoff. What's funny is all these players that Garrett thought was talking smack were right the whole time. Dez, Scandrick, Butler, even Witten, bro, Stevie Mac, yeah, now Aikman. Yeah, it's completely true. You know, Dez knows where a ball should be thrown. Dez knows, you know, there was a lot of times Witten had opportunity to yards after the catch, but the pass was off target and he could do nothing but, you know, reach down at his knees and catch the ball and and go down. And you know, Scandrick and Dez spoke, and you know those guys talk in the locker room, and hey, we had a good season. You know, if we all remember, it was an outstanding season, and we come out in that playoff game against the Packers and started off soft, and you know, Packers put up some numbers on us. Our defense wasn't what it is now, and in the second half, they opened up the play calling book and they started grinding on that lead, and we came back and we almost won that game. If it wasn't for those fucking field goals, you know, crazy. But that's what we've seen consistently. This mediocre, like lackadaisical, like weak offensive play calling, just really bland, nothing special, nothing deep. That's the big thing. We've got to get the ball deep. I don't give a shit if it gets intercepted. I'd rather you have 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions than 1 touchdown and no interceptions. I mean, it opens the offense up. It opens up the running lanes. It keeps the safeties deep. It keeps the linebackers deep. It keeps the corners wide versus, you know, if the corners know you're not going to throw deep, if they know all you're going to do is throw short and inside, you'll notice they line up in front of the receivers. They line up in front of the receivers about 3 yards away and about a yard and a half inside. Yeah, everyone hated Romo at some time and point. I gotta let you know that. But the reason was that guy, he was 90% of our offense. You know, he didn't have a lot. He had Witten, he had Dez, but because of the offensive line being so weak for a long period that Romo was there, he really took a lot of weight on his shoulders. A lot of the you know, the running around in the backfield, making plays, you know, scrambling for his life, you know, some like one of my favorite plays I've ever seen in the NFL is when J.J. Watt had to beeline on him from his blind side, and Romo spins out of it, leaves J.J. Watt in the dirt there, you know, takes a few steps up in the pocket and points into the end zone, and unfortunately hits Terrence Williams. It would have been much better if that was Dez Bryant catching it, but you know, that was one of the most outstanding, amazing plays. And my buddy, who's a Texans fan, no matter what he says, he can say anything he wants. I can pull that play up and say, that's all I got to say, man. Romo put J.J. Watt's dick in the dirt. So that's where I stand. Cowboys lost, you won your game, but Tony Romo spun your boy and put his dick in the dirt, and J.J. Watt will never touch Romo again. So that's it would be. Let me see. Hold on. Eight their words. Oh yeah, okay, I got that. A lot of Cowboys fans who thought that. Yes, sir, that is true. And man, I would love to see, you know, Tony Romo try to play another year or two. If we could keep him, could have kept him healthy. The time was his. It was his team. Hold on. Now you got Switzer. I see something about Switzer because now you really you touching my buttons. It would never happen, but Aikman really needed to be our GM. He went through this. Oh, that's Switzer. I thought you were talking about Ryan Switzer. Um, no, I've been watching him a little bit too, man. I still like Ryan Switzer. I would have rather have him than Cole Beasley, mainly to free up the money. And I really think Switzer's a better receiver than Cole Beasley. I think he's a better returner. I think he's more volatile. I think he's a more. He had that one fumble, I know, and they say that lost us the game, but that was really so early in that Rams game. Uh, you know, and that was a crucial part of our season. But more crucial part of our season was the Seattle Seahawks game in 2017. This is the 2017 season I'm talking about. Ryan Switzer had that fumble, and we lost to the Rams, and it just kind of changed the momentum. But at the time, we were up, and we still had a lot of time in that game. The Seattle Seahawks game in 2017, Dez had those missed passes. But I'm telling you guys, if you look at those passes Dak is throwing, Dez was telling you, those are not on target. If I'm running across the middle and you hit me on my back shoulder low by my hip, yeah, those should be caught. There's a terminology we use in the military. Hey, my boy! I just brought up military for the first time. USMC Lambo, how you doing, my man? What's up? Been going through Crunt withdrawal. Oh man, that's cool, man. I know I've had some tough times. I had some time in Dubai. I had some other things that was going on, and really, really, brother, I've been going through cowboy winning withdrawal, and it's pissing me off. I get distraught, completely distraught, non-functional when these guys lose. If I'm really following the season and I get into it like I have this year, and I actually had to get away from it for a while because it was like ruining like the time from September to January. I was just pissed off all the time. And no matter, once the season's out of reach, like if we lose the next few games, I'll be okay. I'll relax and settle down and watch the season. But yeah, oh my God, dude, seriously bad. But I was hitting on something. The Ryan Switzer thing. Yeah, I think he's doing good there in Pittsburgh, and I wish we would have kept him and freed that money up. I really like Ryan Switzer. I think it's really crazy how we like this guy. We're not going to do nothing with him. We're not going to change him or get rid of him or move him like Dak Prescott right now. Cole Beasley's the same. I like Cole Beasley. Nothing wrong with Cole Beasley. But that's what it was. If you're running across the middle and everyone is talking about, when we first got on this Dak Prescott issue of his accuracy, everyone was talking about, those balls are hitting those guys in the hands. They need to catch it. There's something we have in the military. That's where I was at. USMC, you threw me off for a second. There's different words, different uses, different adjectives, different adverbs that you use when you're speaking. And in the military, there's will, there's shall, there's must, and these words are used in certain situations. When you say will, the player or the player should catch it, that means, there's a possibility. There's a 50-50 chance. And when people say, oh, he should catch it if it hits his hands, if you're running across the middle of the field and if you have to jump, stretch your arms out and the ball barely tips both of your hands. That to me that doesn't count as he should have caught that. That ball should be in stride, coming across the middle, just like Antonio Brown gets all the damn time. That's why he gets so many receptions. He's running across the middle. He never leaves. It's right on the outside shoulder, not the back shoulder, not at his hip, not at his knees, not up in the air. Every time that ball is right here on that inside shoulder. Boom, tuck it and go. And that's where you get your yards after catch. That's why when he catches these balls and the cornerback or the safety's right there in front of him, by the time he catches it, tucks it, he's already past the safety. The safety's, trying to make a play on the ball or trying to make a play at the ball or on the player as he's catching it. Antonio Brown is gone. He don't have to stop and reach back for the ball or reach down to his knees and break stride. It's in stride, boom, go. And that's how a lot of even the deep balls have been that we have had. Players are having to stop and wait on the ball and the accuracy thing. I don't see that getting fixed, and that has nothing to do with coaching. That has nothing to do. It has to do with, does Dak have the ability to be a quarterback? Beasley will probably gonna be gone. He's definitely sick of playing in Dallas. Pats will probably, yeah, I know. I think he would fit in with the Pats. And you know how they like to do it. They like to bring a guy in and take him from 35, 40 receptions a year up to 90, and then when he asks for a contract, they bring another guy in to do the same thing. And they say, no, you only caught those 90 balls because of our offense, our scheme. And that's what I'm trying to talk about also with this Cowboy shit. The scheme, the offensive play calling, the scheme of the offensive line, all of those things, the us continuing to run screen plays on 3rd and 15, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 9, 2nd and 22. I'm like, what in the is their deal with screenplays? Jesus shit, I understand running them. And then, they've got away from Dak running the ball again. Dak ran the ball well, and that was they kind of gave us that in Jacksonville. But since the Jacksonville game, we haven't seen him actually really go on any planned runs. And by planned runs, I mean, a read option or a bootleg where he just decides to keep it. It's just been really crazy. I really don't understand where we're going with the offense. We were wondering if you died or something last week. No, I had some serious meetings in Dubai. We were actually, I had some meetings with the military. There's contracts that are under negotiation soon, and we're trying to decide if we should help these contractors, because that's what I am. I'm a contractor, but these are in areas where I'm currently not working. My company's not working, so is it better for us to help those companies and let them keep the contracts, or move new contractors in to try to take over? It's kind of like a coaching change. Do does the military want me to assist these companies and help them get the contract straight and help them fix their problems with fuel deliveries and importing and taxes and stuff like that, or do they want to take our company and pay us to go in there? And what does our company want to do? 5 feet downfield, that's as far as it goes. Yeah. And the thing is, Jason, when you're only throwing the ball, and I saw some perfect examples of this in the college games yesterday. They were running an option, and running an option, the running back delayed off the snap for just a second. So as he delayed off the snap, the quarterback got a little close to him. So when he went to do the option and he went to pitch it, he pitched it. I mean, it wasn't here. He actually pitched it, just slightly behind, slightly. And when you're that close, when you're only 10, 15 feet away or 5 yards away, and Dak's throwing the ball, if you don't hit the receiver right in the numbers or wherever he's expecting it, on the outside shoulder, on the slant, on the inside shoulder, if you don't hit that receiver in that position, you don't have time to get your hands up and react. And that's why, these catches, a lot of them are difficult because our passing game is so short there is no play. You know, when you're throwing a ball 50 yards down the field, you can put it in a huge, maybe 6 foot by 6 foot area when you're throwing it 50 yards down the field, because the receiver runs. He runs to the ball. He feeds on the ball's line of direct um, the ball's line of I got a busted lip. Trajectory. So the receiver can run and make the ball look accurate. That doesn't mean that Tom Brady can throw the ball 55 yards down the field and hit it on a dime. He doesn't hit it on a dime. The receiver, as long as if the receiver's on the inside and the safety is not in the area, he can throw it on the inside, and the receiver just runs on the inside and catches the ball and keeps a defender on his backside. The same thing if the receiver's on the outside and the corner's on the inside, you throw it over his other shoulder and he's able to catch it. It's a huge area you have to throw the ball in. When you're throwing the ball 15 yards, 10 yards, you don't have any play. You have to hit them on the numbers. You have to hit them where the ball is expected, because they don't have time to get their hands up, get their hands down. And that's why we see a lot of these tipped balls by the receivers where it looks like they're punching them up in the air like a volleyball. Um, they're forcing the ball to Cooper Rush too much. Beasley was left out. Yeah, they Beasley's not a big play guy. They were trying to push big plays, but they still really never threw it downfield. You still saw these 15-yard plays, 12-yard plays, but we didn't get an opportunity to see stretch the safeties. You got to push those safeties out. Totally agree with that, Lambo. They didn't use Beasley till the end. Also, what the fuck was them giving it up on Zach? He had 96 total yards in the first half, touched the ball maybe 4 times in the second half. Yeah, they get. I think we get behind the 8 ball. I guess you could say, like, we get down and they think the only way to do it is, uh, you know, we should have gave it to the freak. There he is, right there, man. Give it to the freak. Yeah, Stevie B. Yeah, Stevie B.S. Beasley moves the chains also. Gathers needs to start being. I don't understand, guys. Yo, Lambo, we were talking about this earlier. The Rico Gathers situation makes no sense to me. We don't have a tight end doing anything. If we had an offensive lineman that wasn't performing, we would change him out. We would give another offensive lineman an opportunity. If we had a receiver that wasn't doing well, we move receivers around. We put Beasley on the outside, put him back in the slot, move guys around. But I don't know what the deal is with these tight ends. Um, I have no clue. I don't know why you would not give him an opportunity. Put Gathers in the game and just give him 4 or 5 attempts. 4 or 5 targets. Give him 4 or 5 targets tonight. Give him 4 or 5 targets next week. If it doesn't show to prove anything, it proves that he's not good enough to make it, and we cut him or we release him or trade him, or whatever the situation is. In the preseason or in the off season. But to sit there and need a spark on offense like we do, to sit there and need you know have really no physical offensive threat, and you've got a guy sitting the bench like that everyone that discusses football, even the commentators on ESPN were discussing Gathers the other day. I'm like, how the hell do they know who Gathers is? They got 30 something teams to watch. They should have no clue who Rico Gathers is. I thought only the Cowboy fans knew who he was, but they were even, asking if you need a spark on offense, why don't try switching your tight ends around. That guy Rico Gathers, you know, how could he not be our best receiving threat? There's no way in the world those other guys, the other Swain, Jarwin, or Schultz, there's no way any of those guys can compete with Rico Gathers when it comes to being a receiving tight end. And then I see that they only use him on first and second down. Why are they on? They say he can't block, but they send him in on running plays, and then when it's a passing play, they take him out. Okay, hold on again. Rico Gathers is not on the field because he can't block, but you put him in on running plays, and then when it's 3rd and 12, when you actually need him on the field, you take him out. Or when it's, you know, uh, 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line, you he had one attempt in the red zone where they threw him the ball, and Dak had a horrible throw. It was behind him and over his shoulder again. He stopped and he went to jump. Uh, he stopped and went to jump, but with it being the short field and they only had about probably 15 yards between Dak Prescott and Rico Gathers, by the time he got his feet set to jump, he really didn't have time to get off the ground properly, and it was behind him. And I was sitting there going, oh, all I heard was, oh, Rico should have caught that. No, it went off his fingertips. It did the same shit that the Tavon Austin play did, where Tavon Austin was running across the middle. He should have been hit right in the hands. He had no one in front of him, but instead he had to stop and jump. It went off his fingertips, and the ball was intercepted. And I can't remember the name of the game. I can't remember which game that was, but it's ridiculous to me. You keep hearing, oh, if it hits their hands, they need to catch it. If it hits their hands, yeah, if it hits their hands, they should catch it. But that doesn't mean if it hits their hands, they will catch it. I mean, the wills, you you must catch those balls that are thrown properly and hit you in the proper position and keep you running up the field, or hit you on the inside shoulder. But a lot of these where they're having to stop and reach down, or stop and reach behind them, or dive in front of them instead of follow through with the run. There was a couple plays Cole Beasley this year I've seen. Cole Beasley had a lead on the corner, or the safety that was covering him, and Dak threw the ball out in front of him, but it was too far out in front of him. He caught it actually still, but lost his balance and didn't get the yards after the play where he should have turned and went upfield and maybe got another 15, 20 yards. That's important because other offenses are getting those 15, 20 yards against us because they have accuracy. So, correct, we basically have the same crap as last year except with no no Witten, which is even worse. Yeah, I was on the Witten please retire bandwagon, and the reason I was is because Rico Gathers I thought was sitting there and was going to get used, and I was like, man, as long as we got our blocking tight ends on blocking plays and we got Rico Gathers in on the passing plays where we do need him. If it's 3rd and 12, most teams, most defenses scheme for you as a passing play. And that's another thing we keep hearing. Oh, well, if Rico Gathers comes in, that means everyone knows it's a pass play. Well, that hasn't been the case this year, first of all. They've been using him on run plays more than pass plays. And then additionally, if it's 3rd and 12, pretty much the whole world knows it's a pass play. So you might as well put Rico Gathers in there and at least let him draw some defense, pull the safeties to the middle, open up something on the outside, for one of the other guys. And we have no third down threat. That has killed us last year. That's what was killing me last year, as well as this year it was evident. We knew when we came into the season we had no third down. We had no one to help us on third down, and that's what I really was, like I said, thinking. I was thinking Rico Gathers is going to help there, and Cole Beasley. Those are going to be our third down guys. And we've seen very little of that. Stevie, did they announce who's starting at left guard today? Stupid. They won't move Collins back. He's clearly better at guard. No, I haven't heard either. I was assuming they would go with, how do you say his name? Samuni or Samui. I think because he's a little bigger and hopefully has the strength. The other guy was I guess more of a speed guy, more of a mobility type blocker. He can pull and block and do those things. So hopefully we'll see. I'm sure they'll probably switch him out since Cox is probably going to light their asses up. Hopefully Cox will be able to contain him a little bit. We as Cowboy fans should all agree we're not winning anything until Jerry's gone. Well, I don't think Jerry. Nobody's gonna. I'll talk to my boss about buying the team, but I think he's a little short. I think he's a little short of having the money to buy the Cowboys. He might be halfway there, which that's good though. He's probably halfway there. Um, but yeah, Jerry Jones needs to step down. He needs to turn things over. He needs to sit up there, relax, and they need to get him a recliner and let him play with the great grandkids because I know his grandkids are probably in college already. Uh, no, I know his grandson is a quarterback there in Texas, won a state championship. So maybe that's the deal. Maybe they're going to keep Dak there until till his grandson is ready to play NFL football. Because I can guarantee you, even if the kid don't go to college, Jerry Jones is going to try to put his grandson behind QB there in Dallas. So once that happens, then we definitely better all hope that kid is good. Uh, got that right, Stevie. Play calling has been garbage too. Open it up. That's. I thought you were wanting, Yo Lambo. I thought you were wanting more screens and draws. I was like, holy shit, man! You hadn't. That's all they run because they're scared to have Dak uh, throw the ball down the field. But we're never going to open the run game up unless we throw the ball down the field. Unless we get those safeties and get those guys out of the box, it's just not going to work. So, hey guys, I'm seriously, I've been talking too much. One of you guys needs to take over the talking for. That's exactly what I said earlier. Jerry's grandson is QP and Emmett Smith. Oh, Emmett Smith's son. Yeah, I didn't know about Emmett Smith's son. Oh yeah, I didn't doubt it. And they'll probably get a hold of Jason and see. His kids are too young. Who else? Jay Novacek or somebody that has a son maybe will be the tight end. Um, or let's see who else is out there in that the Moose Johnson. Yeah, even the Moose Johnson was ripping on him the staff man. Really the elite Cowboys. Roger Staubach has ripped on them recently. Um, they're all they're all not liking this, and you know the reason it's upsetting. I want to tell you guys the reason it bothers me is it's not the players per se. You know, Dak might have some issues, but we've got a good team right now, man. We can't let this shit just fall apart like it is. The mission is hell for review. Well then, where the fuck for real? We don't need any more Jones. Yeah, I agree. I agree, brother. I really don't know. We don't need any more Joneses around. Um, but this is what bothers me so bad, and what makes me go away from the Cowboys sometimes. As far as I just can't. I can watch the games, and I'll get involved with the season. And once the season falls apart, when it's fallen apart because of management, and when it's fallen apart because of Jerry Jones or those things, or even coaching, I get really frustrated because I really think right now we have the players, man. Think of how much our defense has come along. Um, and for truthfully, our secondary has fallen off a little bit. I Chidobe Awuzie, and I think that's because of the safeties. I think what's going on with the defense is because the safeties have gotten burned a few times this year and given up really big plays. I think Chris Richard has those corners playing softer than he did in the beginning of the season because you see a lot of this, giving up the 8 yards again that we were seeing in 2016 and 2017. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna be back on for the game. Right now it's midnight here. I want to get some rest before the game, grab something to eat. Um, but but uh, but but let me know what you guys think about that, um, because it seems like the quarterbacks as the season have gone on. Um, yeah, I know. Yeah, we got issues on the D line tonight. David Irving is still out. Randy Gregory is still out. Um, so we're gonna have a tough game tonight. I mean, it could be really ugly. I hope it's not, but we'll see. But my thing on the corners is I see it seems like they've regressed, and I think it's because in the beginning of the season Chris Richard had them playing really aggressive, and our safeties got burnt because our corners were playing aggressive, and when our safeties got burnt because the corners were being aggressive, I think Chris Richard he backed the corners off to protect the safeties a little bit. He said, "Hey, corners, I don't need you to be so aggressive. Stay behind the man. Don't get beat." He's got our corners kind of playing like safeties, which is what we were doing before that flex defense. So we'll see tonight, guys. I can't wait. Still, there's nothing more exciting than kickoff time for the Dallas Cowboys. You just get this feeling that not many things give you, and uh, it's tough when they lose. Man, it's tough. I'm from South Jersey near Philly. Not bothering spending all the money to go to the game tonight when we suck. Plus, Philly fans are the worst. Oh yeah, now you don't want to roll in there. Yeah, we are Cowboys Nation, and I want to say, hey, I'll see you guys back about 10 minutes before game time. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get the phone on the I'm gonna get the phone on the charger, the camera on the charger, and we'll see you guys at game time. Let's do this. Hey, we gotta win the next 5 games, guys. Peace.